Welcome back. You got a problem with that. I hope you don't, because we're back. There's nothing you can do. I guess you could close the video. Please don't. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my Patreon. Did you know I have a Patreon? I did. It's very, very lonely. It's so sad. I just desperately want food. That's all. I'm looking over at my fridge, and I see nothing but water. Water I have prepared to be cold, so that I can trick my body into thinking that it's cooler and burns calories. Because not only do I need food, I'm also desperately fat and trying to lose weight. Please, God, help me. I need so much money. Seriously, though, if you feel like donating to Patreon, that'd be lovely. There's a fair amount of dirt inside the front of the costume. Yeah, that is a lot of dirt. Thrilling dialogue. However, I'd like you to focus on the state the body is in. It's lying on top of the dirt, and yet there's no dirt on the front of the body. Again, this is a much weaker than my argument, but what? Again, alright. I'm assuming I missed something. I'm moving on from that argument. If I haven't missed anything, that's stupid. If I have missed something, I apologize, I forgot. Either way, moving on. If the body was really inside the costume, then it's strange the front isn't stained with more dirt. Also, what's the yellow stain? I've been wondering about this for a long time. Well then, how do you explain it? How did the dirt get inside the costume? From the video footage, it's very likely that someone who was inside the costume. But just who could it have been? It seems unlikely it'd be Dogen. But I don't think... Like, are there really going to be more people introduced in this case that it could be? Because I'm fairly certain Dogen is behind this. Or DeKiller. Well, DeKiller, not really so much. He said he didn't kill him. I'm pretty sure Dogen's behind this, but I can't imagine someone else is going to get introduced. Where have I seen this? What's the matter, Kay? I just feel like I remember seeing something that looked like this dirt somewhere before. But where was it? There were these bits of gray fragments mixed in with the dirt. Gray fragments? There does seem to be something other than the normal dirt mixed into here. Something must have gotten stuck in it, and lots of it, I might add. Something got stuck in it. This may merit a closer look. Where did we see dirt that looks like what's stuck inside the costume? I don't remember. What? Gray fragment? Maybe? Because the gray fragments could very easily be concrete, but isn't that just sort of adding to the whole footprint thing? I don't have much else to... Like, the gloves? Stained with dirt. Well... Oh! Oh. Is he really involved in this too? That guy gets around. Take that. This dirt has... Oh, wait, it might just be the dump. No, he didn't go to the dump. He just threw it in the bin. This dirt has some grey bits mixed into it. Huh? And what of it? We found an item belonging to a certain man that was covered in the same type of dirt. That is to say, these gloves. Those dirt stains certainly look the same, but tell me, just what exactly is the grey substance? This grey substance is... Concrete would be the logical answer. It's a little... From the... it might not be fair to go by the artist's rendition, but it doesn't look like paint. And, see, concrete is brittle and shit. Like, you might actually be able to get that stuck on some gloves. Maybe plastic, but I also feel like you can tell at a glance what is and isn't plastic, and that's much more likely to fall off your gloves, whereas concrete might actually get mixed in. And paint, it doesn't look a thing like paint. Paint is stained, not fragmented. Well, you can get paint chips, but you know, those wouldn't stick to gloves, would they? Oh fuck, why did I click plastic? I believe it's plastic. Your thoughts? Ha! You don't sound very convinced, Mr. Prosecutor. Put more like bang into your claims. Put more bang into your claims like you usually do. As for my opinion on the matter, I'll tell you right now, that stuff definitely is not plastic. So that wasn't it. Yeah, okay. That one's on me. I accidentally clicked plastic. Right, if we focus our thinking, the answer should become natural. Should come naturally. It's concrete. Thank you. This gray substance must be fragments of concrete. You mean the stuff that was scattered around the monster's footprints? And the stuff we're walking on. Kay, do you not know what concrete is? Exactly. Meanwhile, who do these gloves, which are stained with the same kind of dirt, belong to? I ask you! Suddenly got the feeling he was a lot like a detective in an old-timey radio drama. Oh, I remember. We found it at Blaze's place. Earlier today, we went to Blaze's garage. There we discovered these dirt-stained gloves. Come to think of it, there was also hammers, shovels, and other tools placed inside as well. What is a garage, to be fair? You know, Phoenix Wright could probably make a good radio drama now that I think about it. Get some people to actually narrate it. Unlike me, who's doing barely above average quality voices for some of these guys. Get, you know, proper people in here to do their voices, and it could be very, very interesting to hear as a radio drama. Why would the mechanics' gloves intended to be used on machines be covered in dirt? Look, I have a pair of mechanics gloves. In a pinch, they work pretty well if I'm doing yard work outside, alright? This isn't an unreasonable thing. If he broke the concrete with a hammer, then dug into the soil with a shovel, then it's only natural for dirt like that to get on the gloves. He handmade those footprints? Then maybe... Yes, the true nature of the monster's footprints has been made clear. Not the purpose as to why, though. That's still a mess. It's possible these footprints were dug up by Blaze de Best himself. It's possible. It's possible, you say? Please do enlighten me. Because I honestly have no clue why on earth he would do something like that. Why did he make the monster footprints? Thinking about it, the answer must be... he buried something. That's a possibility. That is a distinct possibility. If you were digging something up, it'd be more hole, stroke trench-like. But if he buried something... Would it have been because he buried something? He buried something? I smell treasure. So what did he bury? If we want to find that out, we'll have to dig it up ourselves. You think the police wouldn't have already investigated that? There's absolutely nothing buried beneath those footprints. Really? Alright, well then he covered his tracks really well when he was digging something up. What could have been buried underneath the film lot that he wanted to dig up? Yeah, needed to dig up. For that reason, he broke the lock on the back door and sneaked. I've been told sneaked and snuck are the same. Shut up. Sneaked sounds dumb. It's snuck. I don't care what you say. It's like dived. Yeah, technically dived is correct, but it sounds dumb. Just say dove. Using the hammer and the shovel, he set to work. And before anyone gets on my tits about it, I'm an English major. I know what I'm talking about. Strictly speaking, yes, it is correct. I prefer linguistically, where the intended meaning is understood and people speak naturally. Which, in the case of snuck versus sneaked, yes, snuck would be correct, linguistically speaking. Much like dove would be correct, linguistically speaking. Although, by that same argument, data is would be correct, linguistically speaking, but it really... Data is plural. The data are showing. Datum is the singular version of data, though it's never used because you so rarely have singular points of data that you need to explain down to the nearest datum. I'm not making this up either, that's legit true. The datum is the data are. He placed the items he dug into the bag, but before he could fill the holes... Ah! That's when John came to practice. Exactly. Blaze panicked and had no choice but to hide himself in the Mozilla costume nearby. Oh, that's what happened. So Blaze was just hanging out in there the entire time? To think you would deduce so much from just a pair of dirt-stained gloves. However, all of this is merely a possibility. There's still no proof that he was the one who was hiding in the costume. There's no proof that your dead body was in the costume either. For all we know, he might have left the scene once he finished digging. On the contrary, such proof does exist and can be seen in the video. When the video was recorded, Blaze was definitely inside the filming lot. What? Though I can't blame Agent Lang for not noticing. The difference between the current film lot is the bag back there and the one in John's video. I don't see the bag here. I see a gun on the wall. Or is that a drill? That's a drill. Along with the state of Blaze's garage. It's all too clear that Blaze was still here. Ah, there's the bag. What proves that Blaze was still at the film lot when this video was recorded? That bag right there. This bag placed near the costume. There was an identical one inside Blaze's garage. First, the dirt on the gloves, and now the bag. It seems there was a connection. Mechanics gloves, worn by Blaze when he dug Monster's footprint like holes. So what was he digging up that was so not well buried? Because he didn't dig very far, just down far enough to make a footprint. Very weird. And that's my proof. Blaze was inside the costume. Ergo, the president's body could not have been hidden inside it. Aye! It seems I was able to refute Agent Lang's reasoning. Someone needs to go investigate Blaze's house right away, pal. We need to know what was inside that bag. Yes, sir. Who said hold it out, for God's sake?
Y'all pop down, listen up. Y'all just been saying whatever works best for y'all.
And the noisy one returns.
That there's footprints of the mighty moves, ever. They ain't just some random holes dug by that old coot.
I believe the true nature of these footprints has already been proven quite logically.
Logic schmogic, I ain't buying it. Say what you want, but I know what I saw when I saw moves, either.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That does need explaining. She referring out she saw the Muzila and the tower window of the Grand Tower. Preposterous.
Upon your journalist souls, we ain't having none of it. I'm sorry, our journalist souls.
That statement is an insult to journalists everywhere.
Ah, that's right. There's more to them monster than just those footprints. I remember hearing that Sonny over there was saying he went... yeah, fuck it. I reckon that gal over there said she witnessed it herself.
When those two are together, all meaningful talks grind to a halt.
If we only knew just what the monster really was, I think those two would quiet down. Mr. Edgeworth, isn't there anything you can do?
The monster's true identity... Was it... it couldn't have been. Let's see what we can do.
Isn't there something y'all ain't telling us about a monster? Nicole, ask him. Ask him right now.
Please settle down. Regarding the true identity of the monster, I already know what it is.
What'd you say?
That's right. The video John recorded provided the hint that I needed.
What you talking about, Willis?
Miss Nicholas saw Gordy when she went to check on John's practice. At that time, she mistook something for Gordy. The monster can be seen in the photograph.
What? I ain't just that some plain old souvenir photo. Y'all don't really think I can pull the wool off my eyes like pro like me, do you?
What did Miss Nichols really see that she mistook for Gordy? The camera, right? But there was a sheet over it. I thought it would be in our evidence, but whatever. I guess it was what I thought, which was the monster head on the camera rig. Though the eye seems much bigger than it should be.
Take that!
Naturellement, Gordy's true identity was this camera crane.
But
The video John recorded was shot from fairly high up. A shot from this position would be impossible without a camera crane. I guess if that was the angle, it wouldn't be used in the scene anyways.
But there ain't no way Miss Nichols would mistake a camera crane for Gordy.
I wonder about that, Miss Nichols.
Yes?
Well, you said the prescription for your glasses didn't match your eyesight anymore, correct?
Yes. Lately, it seems like my eyesight has suddenly gotten a lot worse.
So would you say that you weren't able to see Gordy very clearly in the dark?
That's right. It's silhouetted was all I could make out.
But remember what Miss Nichols said, and I quote, its skin was really scaly, almost like a reptile.
Camera cranes ain't got no flesh on them, they're low skin.
Whatever.
It's just best you're afraid.
That is certainly true, at least in the case of this photo. However, last night it did have skin.
Y'all just doing whatever you want, can you get away with a big scoop, ain't you?
That was not my intention. But since I've come this far, it's time to put an end to your nonsense. Gordy's skin is right before our very eyes. This is the skin of the Gordy, that Miss Nichols saw. I like the idea of it being the Gordy. As Miss Nichols stated in her testimony earlier, it looked like it was going to rain last night. Well, it never actually rained. John still covered the camera crane with a rainproof sheet, which, to Miss Nichols, looked like a monster's skin!
What? Why do I keep that bear trap there? That's incredibly dangerous. I mean, at the very least, it should already be sprung. I shouldn't just be walking around with a loaded bear to, like, Jesus Christ.
You gotta be kidding me.
Isn't that right, John?
Man, you saw through it all. Not bad, old man.
I'm like 20 something. 4? Unfortunately, the Gordy that Nichols saw was nothing more than an illusion.
An illusion. Not again. Looks like all my dreams shriveled up and died once again.
'Cause you suck, Lotta.
Mementor!
Seems like things have finally settled down. I really thought that boy was hiding something from me. Guess I had it all wrong.
Now that we've figured out the true form of the monster, everyone seems refreshed.
Do they? Because I kind of feel a headache coming on. I think it's from all the voices.
Actually, there's 2 people here totally bummed out.
Agent Lang! The report is in, sir. We got the results of President Huang's autopsy.
Good, show it to me. Contusions and bone fractures found across the body results from tremendous pressure. So, this was the cause of death. In other words, he was crushed to death.
That does sort of poke a hole in your, fell from a building thing. I thought as much. Also, the fact that his body isn't just red paste on the ground. Cause of death, crushed to death. Time of death, April 5th, around 11 p.m. Touch checkpoint details. Fair enough.
The yellow stain on his chest is currently under investigation. They're really hoping it's not pee, but it seems that gunpowder residue was found on his right hand.
Huh. Interesting.
Sunflower residue? I didn't know the president was into gardening.
I'm not even dignifying that with what the game's telling me to say, Kay. You're an idiot. Since it has been found on his right hand, it's possible that the president fired a gun. In fact, it's extremely likely. It's more than just possible. Though in this game, it's possible he didn't fire a gun. It's currently extremely likely he fired a gun.
A gun, huh? We didn't find any guns when we investigated this area.
Unexplained gunpowder residue. I'll have to look it over the autopsy report later. Now then, Agent Lang, it seems we have our answer. Oh, look, it's later. That's not it. Or Dijun Hong, not Dr. Huang. Gunpowder residue found on her right hand. Yellow stain currently under investigation. April 5th. Contusion under tremendous pressure.
Looks like a goddamn religious icon.
References only I get. The president did not die from falling off the roof of the Grand Tower. Rather, he died from being crushed under Mozilla's head.
I can't deny it. Looks like your logic was right after all.
This means the suspicion surrounding Miss Courtney should be cleared up, right?
Yes, not only the cause of death, but the time of death proves her innocence as well. Judge Courtney met with the president 2 nights ago. However, according to the autopsy report, the time of death was around 11 p.m. last night. Mozilla's head also fell last night. It matches up perfectly.
That's a relief.
Isn't it a bit too early to be relieved?
Are you seriously going to argue that they pushed the head onto him? Because... Alright, I get that you really want her to be guilty so you can save face here, but you're pushing your luck with how involved she can be at this point. Agent Lang?
The president died after being crushed by the Muzila's head. That I will admit. But the problem is, who was responsible for the falling head?
Muzila's head fell last night. And last night, the one who was at the film lot was... You're gonna convict a boy? Really, Lang? Seems a bit much. It's heavy! It's super heavy! Remember that? I do.
What are you saying? Surely you're not implying.
Don't call me Shirley. But yes, you killed him, didn't you? John Marsh. That pup is hiding something. He was at the scene where the body was discovered last night. He also saw the footprints. And despite that, he still claims to know absolutely nothing about the incident. Isn't that a bit too convenient?
These footprint-shaped holes have not been proven to be related to the case. Just because he saw the holes doesn't necessarily mean he's involved in the incident. It's entirely possible DeBest, who has proven time and time again to be an evil son of a bitch, was just in the mood and was like,
Think I fancy a spot of murder. Whoops. Who wonder who that was? Well, back to what I was doing.
ow. Alright, I deserve a bit of pain for that stupid idea.
You sure about that? Take a look at the pup's face. He looks pretty shaken up to me.
You did accuse him of murder. It looks like he hit the mark, but John doesn't want to talk about it.
If he doesn't feel like talking, then I have an idea of my own. Let's check the tape.
Agent Lang, what is your intention? We'll find out his intention in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. I've been talking about shooting.